first let's talk about a different kind of pens you can doodle with. Honestly, one of my favorite pens to draw with, that I draw with all the time, is just a regular old ballpoint pen. This is a Pilot Acro Ball. I use these to write with and draw with a lot. A Papermate felt tip pen is also a nice doodling pen. If you want to spend a little bit more money, a technical pen. Varying sizes are good. They don't bleed, which is nice, and they're waterproof. I also like a rollerball pen, like Pilot pens. I do a lot of drawing with these. This is something else I use quite regularly. And hey, a pencil. Sometimes just a regular old pencil is not a bad thing to draw with. So the first thing I'm going to do is a very simple little exercise I like to call take a line for a walk. This is something that we used to do when I taught art. A former teacher taught me this one. So I'm going to start with just a regular old, I'm going to start with my tech pen or felt tip pen. Make sure it's working here a little bit. Okay. And all I'm going to do is just start drawing and see where my hand takes me. And I'm not going to pick up my hand. And I'm going to keep drawing. Oh, I don't necessarily like the way this is working on this paper. I'm going to switch. I don't know if you can see there or not, but it's bleeding a little bit, and that kind of bothers me. So I'm going to try this felt tip pen. Oh, that's better. So all I'm doing is just plain white copy paper. I'm just drawing one continuous line. I'm not lifting up my pen at all. I mean, you can if you got to take a break, but where it goes off the edge of the paper and comes right back on. And I don't have to continue it right there. I can move it over here. But the idea is that you fill up this entire paper with one continuous line. There's not a lot of thinking involved here. There's just moving your hand, which can be really meditative and stress reducing. At least I find so. I often do things like this when I'm sitting in front of the TV at night. I just doodle away, and it just gives my hand something to do. Ooh, I didn't want it to touch there, but oh well. And you just keep going and going. And as you do, it's very relaxing, at least for me, and very meditative. Sometimes just giving your hand and your brain something simple to do can be very, very beneficial. So I backed myself into a little corner here. I don't have any more space. I couldn't keep that line going. That's okay. This is just for fun. It doesn't really matter what the end project looks like. So I'll go back in and then I'll fill in that space. However you want. You can keep that line, just keep repeating that line over and over again. You can change it up. But I'm just going to fill the space because why not? This is your drawing. It's just for fun. Nobody else has to see it unless you want them to. It's just relaxing. It's just a way to get your mind off of things and just relax. So there you have my finished take a line for a walk. If you wanted to go back in and fill in some of the lines or make some thicker or thinner, you could do that too. Whatever you feel like. But there's my first technique, taking a line for a walk. And I'll show you one more. And again, I'm working on small paper here. This is like a 4x5 square. If you want to go bigger, whatever you got at home. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so I'm gonna do this one with a pencil. Let's see how this turns out to start. Okay, so this one, you're just gonna start with one line on the paper, and you can put it anywhere you want, but one line from one edge of the paper to the other. Okay, so there's my line. And then I'm gonna put some dots, an odd number of dots. The more dots you have, the more interesting it becomes. I'm gonna do like 5 dots. And don't evenly space them on this line, put them in different places. So there's 1, 2, 3. I'll put another one here and another one over here. Okay, so then all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this line, I'm gonna go work right up next to it. And then where that dot is, I'm actually gonna touch the line. And then I'm gonna move away again. And where I've got another dot, I'm gonna touch that line again and keep that going. So this is a similar kind of doodle. There isn't a whole lot of thinking involved, which is good with this. It's just moving your hand, relaxing, slowing your heartbeat down, and drawing. So you're gonna work that line from both sides. So I work that way. And the more interesting this becomes is when the closer you can get the lines, it becomes very, very interesting. But again, it's not a contest, it's not a race. This is just about having fun and relaxing and making something interesting and beautiful at the same time. If it's not interesting and beautiful, that's okay too. If you enjoy the process, that's all that matters. That's a huge part of art for me, is enjoying the process. Other fun thing about pencil is you can go, if you barely touch the paper, you can have a lighter, thinner line, and then you can press harder and get thicker and darker. If you want, you could throw in another pen. I'm going to use my red Pilot pen here, so you could play around with different colors too. I love drawing with these pens. They're so smooth. As you keep going here, you see you've got these interesting little craters where those dots were. It creates just an interesting little pattern. And it's really easy for me to get lost in this and kind of stop thinking about anything else and just get into the flow of drawing. So when you get into these corners, and you just finish up that little corner, just keep going till you fill up the whole space. So there's my finished doodle. It's by no means perfect. In fact, I'm a little shaky today from too much coffee. But I enjoyed the process, and that's what this is all about. So here's my other finished doodle. I hope you enjoyed these 2 little drawing techniques. If you've got other drawing techniques you'd like to share, put them in the comments.